I dreamed that South Bend would be a diverse community. It's moving toward, it sort of is, but I believe that South Bend should be a healthier community so that we're all speaking positive about the city of South Bend, especially the west side, that the west side we need more affordable housing on the west side, we need more businesses on the west side, and that resources be allocated to everybody, not just those who can already afford resources, they get the most resources. That those resources can be allocated to the west side of South Bend and every area in this city, so we can just be proud of the whole city and not say, well, this side doesn't get anything, but this side gets the most. That's what I would hope for.
When we have to take cultural events into these places where we're removed from, we have to come from those places we're removed from, those places we were sent off to, those places, like, we weren't just sent off. All this culture people want to know about, and all, like, these songs and these dancers and stuff, well, all this stuff has been removed. We've had to go out in the world and find these things. So when we tell people, hey, well, Niles is the city of 4 flags, and we actually held that fort too longer than some of those flags that you have on there. I mean, granted, this is also our homeland, but we actually held that fort, and that's what those flags represent. So could we have some representation there? Just met with so much aggression and displeasure, and so I don't know why we get brought into spaces like this. But then as soon as we walk out the door, we're met with, when we have our own opinion and speak our own opinion and have our own voice on these things, and just try to explain, it's exhausting for my people to have to try to explain our differences. We fight to be different. Native American people, yes, we like to be equal. As a people, I think if you live under one nationhood, everyone should be equal. But we fight for our right to be different because we can see that equality isn't something that exists here.
My dream for South Bend is simply that we can build upon the gifts of those who came before us. We can work in creative ways to address the challenges that maybe others before us could not address. Where we can live in communities where, regardless of who lives there, what the racial composition is, everyone feels like they belong. People feel proud of being in South Bend. People are working together in collaborative ways. That our schools are providing the sort of education you would expect from the United States of America, where we have access to the best resources in the world, but only some people currently have access to them. I think we have to look at what we are producing. Are we producing leaders? Are we producing individuals who are prepared for this world in terms of its technological challenges, some of its spiritual challenges, some of its challenges with environment, sustainability? If we are doing those things, then I think that we are doing what we should be doing. But if I can think of maybe one more facet in terms of vision for South Bend, it says in the Bible, in the book of Habakkuk, write the vision, make it plain. Habakkuk chapter 2, verse 2, so that people may run and not grow weary. And I think that if we have a community that does not have a vision, if South Bend does not have a vision for everyone in South Bend, if some people are left out of that vision, then the people will grow weary. They will not be in a position to run together, to work together, to live together, to pray together, to do all those things that would make us a beloved community, as Martin Luther King would say. So we have to have a vision that includes everyone. That includes our young people, that includes our elders, that includes those who are finding challenges. A community that everybody feels like they belong, and a community that produces good fruit.
One of my dreams is, like I said, to have it be accessible to all. There shouldn't be any competition of, we're all at different stages of our art making form. And we can all help each other. And I think unity comes from respecting others' differences. We're all different, but I think the unity comes from that. Acknowledging it first, because I don't think you can say, I don't subscribe to the idea that we're a melting pot, right? Because you melt something and it all becomes that one. I want to be a mosaic. I'm part of this mosaic. So I subscribe to that ideology. We're all part of this mosaic. We're all different. We all bring something to it, but at the end of the day, we are united.
My dream for South Bend is to allow kids in the inner city to dream that they can become everything that God said they can become. And my dream is to say that we fight against racism. We fight against racism. That when my brother's hurt, I'm hurt. When my sister's hurt, I'm hurting. And when I say I'm hurting, I don't just cry, I do something to help them. Because God's equipped some of us to be givers, not takers, and we can step in. So my dream is, one, where I pastor, that when people ride on the southeast side of South Bend, they can say this: God lives over here. By seeing the trees, by seeing the houses, by seeing the kids play on the street, by seeing the cleanness of that side of town, they can say, wow, there's an awesome God over here.
There is a divide in this country that is unprecedented. It's a political divide, it's a racial divide, it's a human divide that needs to be bridged. Words can't do it. Talking to each other, we don't talk to each other as we did, we talk past each other. Except in art. Art can make people talk to each other and feel for each other in a way that conversations can't. And I believe that this concert is going to have people talking to each other in a way that we haven't talked to each other before. But that's the power of what we do. Every time we as a choir, you as a dance company, the theater company steps onto a stage, we're giving people a message. It's all right to have empathy. It's all right to like this character or dislike this character. It's all right to feel. It's all right to laugh and cry. And the person next to you may be of another political persuasion, but we're laughing together. And maybe just might have a conversation, And that's that piece that is missing, I think, that will help, that's gonna help us.
We're a diverse community. People don't always, from the outside, people may think of us as a college town, but we're a diverse city. We represent the diversity of our country, and I think we can be a model of how that comes together. Bringing the community together, showcasing how the diversity isn't a weakness, but it's a strength. That's what we have to do more of going forward.